everybody, welcome to the Hacienda. Ribbit here. Today we're going to make something delicious from Cuba, Havana specifically, Arroz a la Chorrera. That is the Cuban take on the ubiquitous Arroz Con Pollo that is found all over Spain and Latin America. The signature issue of Arroz a la Chorrera in that it comes out sort of soupy, like a risotto or runnier. It's not dry and fluffy. And it has a couple unique ingredients that give it a signature flavor. The first of this is Bijol. It is a condiment. It's got annatto, cumin, corn flour, good things in there. Now this is uniquely Cuban. It was invented back in the 20s, and the brothers emigrated to Miami, and this is manufactured here in the United States. I had to order that online since I live in the Midwest. However, those of you who live in Florida, Southern Florida, could probably find this at every gas station. Also, the signature is in the liquids that are utilized in this recipe. They use sherry, in this case manzanilla. You need a white sherry, a dry wine, and I got this at my wine store. This is from Spain. Now if you don't have sherry, you can use a regular white wine, Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay, whatever, and also beer, sherry, and Bijol are signature ingredients. So let's go ahead and get prepping and cooking. In Havana, there's a wide avenue called Chorrera that runs all along the coastline to the west end of the city, where there's a castle keep. And in the 19th century, they had cannons to protect the bay. At the end of Chorrera Avenue was a hotel called Arana, and this was their signature dish. It was their version of Arroz Con Pollo, and the Arana Hotel was very posh, very famous, and all the well-to-do went there, and their chicken and rice was a thing. So it became known as Arroz a la Chorrera. Well, at the turn of the 20th century, the hotel burnt down and was never rebuilt, but their signature dish lives on. Once it's golden on one side, we'll flip them over, brown them on the other side, and set them off to the side on a separate pan. They're going to cook further, so they don't need to be cooked all the way through. Okay, I've removed the excess fat from that skillet, and now we're going to cook the Holy Trinity. The onions and the bell peppers for a little bit. Once the onions are becoming translucent, we're going to add the garlic, the salt and coarse ground black pepper, the sweet smoked paprika. No, not smoked. Key, do not use smoked paprika, just sweet. Then we're going to add, about 2 ounces of tomato paste, which is this Muti brand that I really like, because you don't have a partial open can in the fridge, because you never use a whole 6 ounces. So we got that. Plus it tastes good. Okay, and we're going to stir that in. Now that we've stirred that in, I'm taking a gamble. I'm adding 2 cups of that calaspara rice. The recipe, all Arroz a la Chorrera uses short-grained rice, and this is good for paella because it absorbs, so much water. So, okay, to that, we are going to add 2 cups of water. The 1 cup bone broth, or you can use chicken stock, either way. And I've seen some recipes that don't even utilize this, so there you go. Now comes the Bijol. I managed to take the lid off, so we're going to utilize, I'm going to call it a generous tablespoon. And we'll stir that in. Now that the rice is boiling, we're going to turn it down to number 2. And at this point, Besides the Bijol, we want to add a generous amount of cilantro. Now, if you don't like cilantro, that's fine. You can utilize parsley. And to that, we're going to add the Jerez manzanilla. Okay. We only need a cup. There you go. Now I've turned that down to 2. We're going to nestle the chicken back in here. Chicken nestled in. It's on number 2 heat. We're going to cover it and let it cook for about 15-20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes in. It's smelling pretty magnificent. And, oh yeah, it's thickening up. It's soupy. Still got a ways to go. This is where we add the beer. So, let's go. Now, you do not want to use dark beer because they say it gets bitter. Use a lager. In this case, I'm using Coarse. It's good beer. Use any kind you like. I've seen people use Modelo. Any kind. Okay, so we are going to continue cooking uncovered while the rice finishes. Join me then. And here we go. A nice steaming plate of arroz a la chorrera. Now that's not all. We got to gussy it up. And typically it's gussied up with some more cilantro. And again, an acceptable option is parsley. And it is typically served with fried plantains. And so I've got this on the side here, which is delicious. If you don't like fried plantains, you need to try them and revisit them because they are delightful. Okay, so there you have it. Let's go indulge. Okay, let's dig in. Oh, this is smelling so good. That Bijol has a unique smell. Very, very appealing. Oh, we're going to get some onion in there. And I cheated. I've already tried the rice. It's perfectly done. Notice the soupy consistency, kind of like risotto. Salt, perfect. I can detect the paprika in there. Perfect amount. Of course, the Bijol. Very nice, beautiful color. Onions, garlic, just fine. I don't know that I could improve it in any way. This is so good. It is so different. I love Arroz Con Pollo. It's good, but typically it's dry and fluffy. This is not. And you can have different level of soupiness. This is about midpoint of all the YouTube videos I've seen. Sometimes it's so soupy it's served in a bowl and you eat it with a spoon. That's delightful. Let's try plantain. Very nice. Totally Cuban. That is a very, very good recipe. There's nothing in here that's hot and spicy in a picante way. It's all just a whole pile of different good, I would say, Caribbean type flavors. I'm going to make this again. I got plenty of Bijol left. I suggest you try it, people. I didn't really detect a whole lot of sherry or beer in there, although I'm sure it added to the flavor because it's different. It's not like any Arroz Con Pollo I've ever had. So they're definitely onto something, and I can see how this became a thing in Cuba and is spread wildly everywhere. Apparently it's very popular once you're in the know. So yeah, I'm going to make it again. I appreciate you all. I hope you give it a try. It's really delicious. Y'all take care.